Hi guys, if you are joining me, you are probably investigating some different ways that you can study to help you pass the Certified Meeting Professional exam. So I'd like to just give you a little bit of a breakdown on how this came to be and why I started this, and maybe that will help you make a decision whether this is a good fit for you or not. So I have been in the event planning industry for a really long time. I knew that there was more out there for me. I felt like I wasn't being paid enough. I felt like I was worth more, because let's face it, planning is super hard. It is a stressful job. In fact, I believe that it's like ranked number 5 or 6 on Forbes list of most stressful positions. So, you know, you should be able to get paid what you're worth, and if you do a good job, there's no reason that you couldn't up your income. So I decided that this is what I would do. I would go ahead and take my CMP exam. And in my head, I'm thinking, you know, how hard could it be? I've been in this industry for so long that why would this even be hard for me? So I, got online, I did my application, I sent my application in, and I was accepted, and then I scheduled my test. And I knew there was a lot of information. I knew it was going to take me a long time. And so I studied like really hard for, I don't know, like 9 months or something like that. And not just here and there. I studied every day. I was very dedicated to it. So I ordered all the books that they had suggested, and I started on this journey. Well, there's just so much information. I wasn't really even sure what I was supposed to study for. So I did my best. I memorized what I could. I memorized the vocabulary words, and I felt really good going into taking the test. So I get to the testing center and get sat down, and I start with question 1, and I realize, wow, I don't know the answer to this. I don't, and I'm not familiar with the way they're asking these questions. So I got to question 5, and by the time I got to that question, I knew I was not going to pass this test. So long story short, I did not pass the test. So what I did is I kind of felt defeated. Then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pick myself up and I'm gonna pass this. I am going to find a way to pass this. And we all learn differently. We all study differently, and so that's why I've got a couple of options for you, and I'll go over those here in just a second. But so what I did is I went and I job shadowed. I asked lots of questions to other meeting planners that had different types of meeting planning jobs versus mine. I'm in the healthcare industry, so mine's very niche and it's very one way. And so a lot of these experiences that they were talking about in the test and asking about, I'd never experienced before. So I had to find a way that I could get this experience. So I did my best. I read things I got online. So I educated myself in a different way than just the book study. So I did pass the test, and it has done wonders for me. It has just made a whole big difference in my life and in my family's life. And I feel good about it. I feel like I'm getting paid for what I'm worth. So what I've done is I've created 2 different options for you. So some people do better in live settings. Now, part of my problem when I was studying is there were several study groups, but they were all in person in certain locations, and there just wasn't anything where I live. So what I did is I created a online live study group. So we meet every Wednesday. That's subject to change, but usually it's every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If that doesn't work, you have the recording available to you the next day. And the nice part about it is we get a lot of interaction, we get a lot of questions, and it's helpful. It's helpful. A lot of people learn better that way. The second option I have is an online course. It's a 10-week course. It's laid out the same way as the live, it's just not interactive. However, you do have access to me for any questions, and it just works better for some people. Some people have just a lot on their plate, and they need to be able to structure and do it in their own time frame and at their own pace. So what I've done is I put this together. We do real life case studies. We do all of the book work, all the suggested book work. We go through the 9 domains extensively. And what kind of makes us unique is that not only do we have the quizzes and the practice tests, you know, we have a lot of things that some of these other programs offer, which are fabulous, but I think what makes us different and sets us apart is that we're able to take those real life scenarios and implement them and talk about them and, you know, put different results to them and different, you know, what if this happened, then this is how you would handle this, or, you know, those kind of things. And that I really feel like is what helped me pass the test. So if you want more information, click below. If you're ready to sign up, you can sign up now, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks, everyone.